How is the situation over there right now? Are the bombings still ongoing?
从13号凌晨开始啊。
Since the early morning of the 13th in Tel Aviv, where our embassy is located, it has been quite intense. Almost every day we can hear the sound of missiles hitting the ground, as well as the explosions from aerial interceptors. In fact, just an hour before this interview, my colleagues and I had to take shelter in the embassy's underground bunker due to the air raid siren, so the situation remains very serious.
Could you tell us about the current status of evacuation efforts?
使馆呢？
Based on the actual situation on the ground, the embassy has adopted a dual-track approach. One is through our official WeChat account and website. We've been publishing all kinds of safety advisories and evacuation instructions to help everyone identify the safest and most efficient evacuation routes. At the moment, because the Israeli government has implemented a no-fly zone policy, there are no commercial flights in or out. So the most realistic evacuation routes are via land borders with Jordan and Egypt. On the other hand, we've been issuing these travel notices to guide and advise overseas Chinese in Israel to leave the country by crossing those land borders to Jordan or Egypt, and then take connecting flights back to China. That's one method. The other method is more organized, led by the embassy. We are coordinating and organizing groups of overseas Chinese to evacuate in an orderly fashion. In fact, today we have already completed the second round of organized evacuations. The second batch included Chinese students, staff from Chinese enterprises, some members of the local Chinese community, and compatriots from Hong Kong and Macau. So far, nearly 400 have been evacuated. The most realistic evacuation routes are via land borders with Egypt and Jordan. On the other hand, we've been issuing these travel notices to guide and advise overseas Chinese in Israel to leave the country by crossing those land borders to Jordan or Egypt, and then taking connecting flights back to China.